the Comic DF.
What is up, besties? It is your girl, the Karmic DF, back to you again with an emergency reading. This time we are looking into the Will Smith and Duane allegations. So as always, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, just floating hands on the internet with opinions. That being said, I made a reading a month ago as to why Jada was so mean to Will, and this is basically what I got. So make sure to link that video down below. But as always, if you enjoy these videos, please leave it a like. It lets me know what you guys like so that I can keep making them. Comment down below what you want to see in future videos. Also comment things that I might miss that you might know. Subscribe if you enjoy it. Hey, my regulars. Hey, besties. Hope you're doing well. Hit the notification bell to receive future readings. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Links are all down below. If you'd like to book a personal reading, links are all down below. But I am not shocked by this at all. Especially after the reading that I did. I'll try to make sure I link it. But if not, it's the reading about why Jada basically hates Will. And there you go. So I tapped into this energy already. And I was like, how does Jada feel? And immediately I heard, finally it's happened to me right in front of my face. And I just can't describe it. So I do not buy that she is upset that this has come to light, because especially in the last reading, I felt like it was like, this is the only thing that I can't tell people about, and so I'm gonna slander you and everything else. So I don't know if this was a power play. I don't know if it was just like karma for her in a good way, but I'm also hearing like one of many. So I don't buy that Duane is the only one. I don't feel like it was like Jada against Duane and then that's their issue. I feel like, because I keep hearing like paying off and I keep hearing money. So I don't buy that he's the only guy. And my throat is clearing, or getting, I'm having trouble talking the moment I said that, which is my sign of like being shut up, being silenced. But when I tapped into Will Smith and Duane, I heard the song Lovers and Friends. And I'm not trying to be gross, but if you've ever seen Brokeback Mountain, do you remember how Heath Ledger was like very offended, but also he was in fact gay? So like he was kind of mean and aggressive at first. I was also seeing that. So I don't know if that is his attitude towards men, but I just kept seeing Heath Ledger in Brokeback Mountain, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. So we're going to take a look at, I'm also hearing that people are tired of keeping his secrets. So yeah, because I'm hearing like from another movie, everybody knows, like everybody knows. This is not a shock to people that have been around him, that are in the industry. And I almost see like a ripple effect. So I wonder if more people are going to come forward and be like, yeah, this is true, whether it's with just Duane or whether it's with multiple guys. Because I just keep seeing like slender, fit, handsome black men maybe in the industry but not as famous, and I almost see Will being like a pariah is what I'm hearing. So I don't believe Duane's the only one. I'm literally hearing the song. I know I'm not the only one. So yeah, allegedly. So as always, this is for entertainment purposes only. There are zero facts here. I'm sure that Will is 100% straight, as I'm hearing internalized homophobia in my head. Yeah, so let's just get started. I want to take a look at what was Will and Duane's relationship dynamic, where I just keep hearing the song Lovers and Friends, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only, no facts here. I just don't really understand why. I mean, maybe because he always plays straight roles, but I just don't understand, like, we would love anybody who came out. We've already done that. I don't really get it. But let's see what Will Smith and Duane's dynamic really was. Okay. Was he paid off? This feels like he was paid off. Was he paid off by Jada? No, it doesn't really feel like she... I got paid off to walk away. Is Duane... He's straight too, right? Allegedly? Because this feels like our girls are in the know. Was he with somebody when this went down? Was he in a relationship with a woman when this went down? I probably should have looked that up more. Because this feels like this looks bad for the press. Let's pay people off. You need to walk away. So, I don't know. I'm hearing one hit wonder. So, I don't know if this happened like one time. Or maybe like it was happening a couple of times on the set. And the girlfriends found out, like Jada and whoever he was seeing, or maybe just Jada, I don't know, but it just feels like women or woman found out, spouse, paying you off to walk away, never mention this again. And I'm being drawn to how, like, the son looks really sad. I kind of feel like there was emotions involved in this, allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah. Yeah, paid off. Heartbreak. Oh, this is sad. What? Oh, no, there's Duane. He's a Leo. Okay, so this is giving me, like, the industry doesn't support us being who we really are. And so we have to, like, put on a face. Like, I keep hearing, like, I'm a beard. And I'm seeing, like, Jada. And I'm seeing, like, a relationship he could have been in. I don't know. Was he in a relationship during this? But it's like we have to, like, put on the front. We can't. I mean, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, what? That was like 90s maybe. So yeah, I mean, because I keep hearing, and I would never say this. Like, I'm part of the flag, y'all. Don't come for me. But the F word for gay people, and I almost see like it's not worth it. It was a different time. Like, I'm being drawn to, like, Ellen DeGeneres, and when she first came out, she was having trouble finding gigs. So I feel like this is... I'm going to be real with y'all. I feel like there's more male celebrities out there that are in the closet that don't come out of the closet because they're afraid of what it could do to their careers. Because I'm not seeing anybody in particular. I don't feel like Spirit wants me to know because, like, and first of all, it's not my place to just out people. But I'm just getting the vibe of, like, this is kind of how it works in the industry. I'm seeing, like, arranged marriages and then sleeping with who I want to sleep with on the side. And then, like, if things get a little too... Because I'm almost being drawn to how, like, Jada, like I said in the last video, was, like, angry at him. And that's why she, like, berated him because she couldn't bring out his real story. So I think Will kind of hates himself, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only, because it was a different time back then, but we're okay with it now. So that's why I'm confused. But with the money, followed by Three of Swords, Heartbreak, King of Wands in the reverse, that's literally Duane. I think he was paid off, allegedly, and he was upset about it. I almost feel like he would have been okay with, like, it gives, like, side chick energy, but, like, for him. I feel like he was actually kind of into it. I know this sounds so messed up. Like, this does not feel like it's my place. But it's like, I feel like I'm hearing, like, dom sub. And I'm seeing Will being more submissive and Duane being more dominant, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here. How could I possibly know? I don't know these people. Okay. But with King of Wands in the reverse, I'm just seeing, like, I know this sounds so tea, but I can't not see it. I'm seeing, like, leather and stuff like that. So I feel like it's like sad. I'm not trying to out these people, but it just feels like this is what Will wanted. Will doesn't, he likes to be the submissive. He's already in, you know what it's giving? How do I explain this? I'm not trying to, like, kink shame or nothing like that, but you hear about these, like, super rich, like, politicians and stuff like that, and they get caught, like, being whipped by, like, a dominatrix because, like, their work life is so hard that that's kind of how they, like, chill out. It's kind of giving that for Will, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only. Please don't come after me, thanks. But yeah, I want to look more into their relationship dynamic. I feel like Duane had to get paid off to walk away. Yeah, we gotta create our own narrative. People are gonna figure out friction between three people, so that's the relationship. I don't think Jada was happy about this at all. Yeah, we're gonna pay you off. I feel like Duane made a lot of money from this, but I also feel like he was upset about it. I think that it hurt his ego, and I also feel like there's this dom sub energy that I can't escape. I think that they really enjoyed each other's company, and I'm just gonna, yeah. Yeah, it's like, how do I be who I want to be while simultaneously putting on this show for everybody else to make sure that I don't. This is kind of sad, actually. Like, I feel like I'm seeing a bigger picture of Will, and I know that, you know, they're going and they're saying, this is not true, but what I'm seeing is someone who's got a lot of internalized hatred for himself because of what he likes, and I don't I don't have any qualms about that personally. Like, I would still support somebody who came out years later, so I don't understand why, but it just, he feels like he's so, I feel like people have called him overly emotional. I don't buy that he's this like alpha type man. I feel like he's very beta, like very, he's the more sensitive type. He's the more, like, I almost see like, you know how Jada just comes off as super freaking aggressive? I feel like that's what he likes in general, if you know what I mean. But like, he doesn't like to be the one in control. It's giving like, I know this is a stereotype, but it's giving like he's not the one that wants to wear the pants, if you know what I mean. So there, we got internalized homophobia. We got like, I'd rather be like the girl in the relationship, which is so not how gay relationships work, but that's what I'm hearing. So I feel like this is coming from his perspective because, again, I just feel like he is not okay with people knowing, because especially with his career, it's like this could ruin everything. This could destroy everything. But it's like what I enjoy at night is not what I give off. It's like I'm going to try to pretend that I'm this strong, emotionally put together person. Jada's coming for him sideways. And I have to get rid of the things that I really enjoy in order to balance my career, balance this. There is so many allegedly arranged type marriages in the fucking industry. I cannot believe it. Whether it's I'm staying because of the optics, or I'm staying because of the money, or I'm staying because people forced us together because it looked good for PR. Like, a lot of these relationships are bullshit. And I almost feel like Will's pain. It's like, I'm hearing a lyric from a song I wrote, actually, where I said, I don't know how to be what anyone expects of me. And I just keep seeing Will, and it's like he's been broken down throughout the years, because I think back when he first started, it was much more frowned upon, and it's like they haven't caught up to time. So it's turned into self-hatred. And so it's like I'm not willing. It's someone who's been in the closet, allegedly, someone who's been in the closet for so long that they've convinced themselves that they hate that lifestyle. They've convinced themselves that they're disgusting and dirty. Like, I wonder if people around him, like are his parents anti-gay? Like, where is this coming from? Where is there's so much hatred around the idea of being gay, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, we gotta keep this quiet at all costs. He's terrified, but like, my thing is like, if he just put out a video and was like, listen, I've been suffering all along, and I like men, I think we would all just be like, okay, all right, that makes a lot of sense. We're not going to hate you. I'm sure people will be trolls. That's what happens when you're a megastar, but he is so terrified of being outed. This is so sad. Yeah, I'm hearing the song Memories. I honestly empathize with him. I don't feel like, okay, so I know that guy, I wrote his name down, Brother Bilal, I guess, Bilal. I apologize if I'm messing that up. I wonder if either that time or it happened quite a few times, and then people were like, this shit needs to stop, and so like maybe he got paid off, because didn't I see the Six of Pentacles earlier? I think I did. I thought I did, didn't I? Or was it? Really? Oh, yeah, right in the beginning. I thought so. Okay, so maybe Duane got paid off not to talk to him or not to do that stuff anymore. It's just giving very ignorant, very like, it's giving like 60s energy, even though it's not. But he's worried about the past coming out with the Six of Cups, but also like, I think he really cared about Duane, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only, no facts here. It's like, why is this coming back up to the surface? I already had to make peace with this. I had to let him go. This is sad. I had to rescind my offer for fucking Jada, because it would all fall apart if people found out. That's sad. I'm kind of empathizing with him, y'all. I know that y'all want to cancel him over you guys want to cancel people over for freaking everything. So I don't know how to win here, but this feels like someone who's closeted and hates themselves, and then their spouse makes them hate themselves even more, instead of Jada just being like, listen, like, I'll be the beard or I won't. Like, make it make sense. If you know he's what he is, then why do you have such a fucking issue? Like, she's kind of the asshole here, in my opinion. Also wonder, Jada's a Virgo, but this feels like Jada. I could feel her energy in this. I also wonder if she was the reason. She was like, "No, you're not allowed to do that. We have a deal. We have," because I'm almost seeing like we made an agreement. Like, you're not allowed to be who you're supposed to be, and I won't do the things that I want to do. It's very weird. It feels like they were arranged marriage. Like, that's what this feels like. And it's like, if you keep putting your pee-pee where it doesn't belong, then everything's going to fall apart. Everything we created is going to crumble. And so he had to make a choice. This is seriously, this is not what I thought. I thought it'd be more tea, less heartbreaking, which is, it's kind of heartbreaking. Yeah, he had a decision to make. I feel like he got, well, I mean, the guy, brother Bilal or whatever, caught him, supposedly. But this is given the same energy of like, well, now I'm caught out, so I have to make a choice. Is it my career and optics, or is it what I actually want? And he chose career and optics. Because it was just like, I'm not willing to lose everything at the expense of what my heart wants. This is, oh my God, this is sad. I hate this. I feel like he's been caught multiple times, allegedly. This is a well-known thing in the industry, allegedly. And other people have had to keep a secret, and they're tired of it. So I'm almost wondering if more people are going to come out now that, because I'm hearing get the ball rolling. So I almost wonder if, because I'm feeling like, oh, Brother Bilal is telling his story. Maybe I could tell my story now. Maybe I can make a couple of bucks now. So I wonder if we're going to hear more stories, because I'm also seeing my symbol of whack-a-mole, which is like, we're going to throw more stories out there to make you not look at this one. So I would not be shocked if like we don't hear about this anymore. They make us look in a different direction. They got new paparazzi stuff about somebody else. You know what I mean? It's just, it's giving me like, get the attention off me. I'm going to put something else out there. But yeah, because with burden not worth having, and it's like people are gossiping. Yeah, I'm hearing the song. People are talking about people. I hear them whisper, "You won't believe it." Multiple people know about his indiscretions, is what I'm hearing. But I'm seeing someone who's closeted that hates himself, and I don't really understand why. Like, I don't know about y'all. It would be heartbreaking if I found out my spouse wasn't into me because they were into a different gender, but that's a not me thing. It's not, it doesn't say anything about me, so I don't really understand why she's so just mean towards him. I feel like everybody's been mean towards him. Again, he was in a different era, so I guess that probably just never went away. But it's like, people gossip every time I meet somebody new. I try to put myself out there, but it feels like an arranged marriage, so I don't understand why she has an issue. I feel like she would be more okay with him sleeping with other women than him sleeping with other men. It's like a slight to her. But like, if you're against it, then just leave. You know what I mean? Don't berate the guy. I don't know. I'm seeing him as more human than I did before. I think this is where these outbursts come out, because I'm being drawn to like the Chris Rock smack. It's like, I got to do something right. I got to make my family, feel like they're supported by me. And then and it's just like, I can't do anything right. Like, I feel for him a little bit. But I do feel like multiple people might start coming out to tell their story, because I'm almost seeing like different people on like other podcasts that are like, oh yeah, dude, the whole industry has been known about this. Because I almost see somebody like just outing Will and be like, yeah, dude, we saw him sucking D for years. We just weren't allowed to say anything, and like NDAs and stuff like that. So I'm literally hearing the song cleaning out my closet. So I feel like we might be, the problem is like they got a lot of money, because I'm seeing stuff coming out, like podcasts, stuff like that. And then I'm seeing like whack-a-mole, and then I'm seeing like something else being a headliner so that you don't look here. You know what I mean? So just keep an eye out for like, maybe not your highest paid news articles like TMZ, Yahoo News. It's going to be something else, like podcasts or something like that. And it's like people are going to try to get their knowledge out as well. It's like they're riding the train of like, oh, I can finally say what I saw. And again, I don't really necessarily support it, because a lot of people aren't necessarily doing it for the right reasons. But that being said, Knight of Cups in reverse, I feel like the people that are going to say things, it's kind of like a dig, because I feel like, again, Will Smith had allegedly this internalized hatred for himself. And when you don't like yourself, you tend to like snap at others. And I almost see him being like really quick to snap, which is not really shocking with Libra energy as an unevolved sign. So I almost feel like he's been mean to people that he worked with that he thought was beneath him, simply because he didn't have an outlet, right? Like his wife is treating him like shit. She knows his big secret. He can't be who he wants to be. And I'm not saying that that means you could treat people poorly. I'm simply saying that there are people that want to tell their story because they're pissed about how Will treated them. Not so much because they actually want to like tell his story. I mean, are we shocked? That's how that works. And my throat is getting so dry. So I feel like some people have been paid off. Some people have been threatened. You cannot tell this story. Yeah, this is like we had to separate because there's going to be too many conflicts. If people find out, we got to keep this work related. Because I just keep being drawn to like Brokeback Mountain where like they were working together. Heath Ledger was very like, I'm not gay. I don't want to be gay. I don't like it. And he was just like very internalized hatred. And it's given the same vibe. It's like I have to let go of what makes me happy because there's just going to be too much conflict. So we're going to have to work together. So I feel like it's given me like we were hooking up. We got found out. I called it off. I probably paid you off. And now we have to work together. And now I just feel more shame. Like this man is like a shame shit storm. Allegedly. Yep, because I wear the pants, was not having it. Yep, if you keep doing what's going on behind closed doors, I'm not going to be with you anymore. She put the foot down is what I'm seeing. It's like, it's weird. She would totally be okay with him cheating with women, but not men. I don't really understand this. I don't get it. Like, if you're going to be a beard because he's not happy, be a beard. Like, why do you pick what gender is okay? Whatever. I shouldn't have a... But anyway, I think she threatened him. Like, people... Yeah, because I just keep talking about people. I hear them whisper, you won't believe it. People knew what was going on. People were talking. Because I'm being drawn to the Temperance card, but I'm being drawn to the picture that's on the Haunted House Tarot where it's two women, like, chatting to each other at a bar. People were talking. And she was like, this doesn't make me look good. You're making me look bad. I can't have this happen. And so he had to break away from Duane. I feel like they liked each other. It gives off like puppy love, but like, again, with the internalized homophobia, I don't necessarily know that Will was nice to him. At least maybe at the end, he probably wasn't. There he is. It's like I said that in the reverse. King of Wands, you're putting your dick in places it shouldn't be. We're paying off people we shouldn't have to be paying off. King and Queen of Swords, that's a couple. He's in the reverse because he wasn't happy with what she's doing. Yeah, because I'm hearing a song, she's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is literally the D card. And it's like you're putting your D where things shouldn't be, and now we have to pay off people because people are going to find out about this. People will talk. I feel like people threatened to talk too because they were sick of how Will would like... He was the mean type, but the problem is people weren't understanding why he was mean. He was mean because his wife was mean to him, and he was mean because he hated himself, because he wanted to be, allegedly, dating a different breed, and he wasn't allowed. And so, you know, when you have to be forced into the closet, you're going to be angry about that. I would be angry too if people didn't support that I also like women. Like, I would be mad too. So I kind of... I see him more human now, and honestly, yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, marriage was threatened. We got to worry about our finances, what we're creating. He flipped out. He couldn't be who he wanted to be. This is sad. Allegedly. Yeah, I'll leave you out in the dust. I'll tell your story. Everybody will know. You won't be as famous as you are now. Jada's been out to get him forever. This is like something that she wanted to happen. Yeah, it's like you're going to have to defend yourself. But it's like, ha ha. Like, that's the vibe. I'm hearing the song, ha ha. I want to take a look at how Jada feels about this coming out. Because I don't buy that she's like, oh, this is a lie. And we're going to sue. I almost see her being like Jekyll and Hyde energy. Like, oh no, I'm so disappointed that this is happening. But it's like bullshit. I just don't buy it. So yeah, the first part that we just covered, Duane was so quick in that relationship, because alleged relationship, because it was just like Jada jumped in and was like, you want your life to fall apart? Because I'll let it happen. So let's take a look at where Jada and Will are at now and how she really feels about this coming out. It feels planned. It feels planned. I don't know how to explain. Spirit, can you make me understand why this feels planned? People were ready to talk. They've been ready to talk. I almost feel like Jada was like, go ahead now. We're not together anymore. Like, that's kind of the vibe. Oop. Oop. It's like I'm hearing like ready, set, go. Like, I'm not a part of it anymore. Now all of his world can crumble. You know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting already. It's like, now that the relationship's over, now that I've separated my name from him, all the information can come out. So, does she have a hand in this happening, Miss Jada? Because it almost feels like now that I'm not attached to his name, go ahead and talk your shit. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting right now. Bruh. I asked how Jada feels about this, really. Oh. Okay. So, she knew. Allegedly. She knew. So, the whole, like, this is bullshit. Yeah, no. She knew. But, okay. This is making her a little more human, too. I see, from the last reading I got, I kind of feel like she's like me. I think she likes both sides. But that being said, I feel like in the beginning, she did love Will at some point in the early beginning. And it's like, everything you've done to me, how you've treated me, how you've talked to me. Again, we got somebody allegedly with internalized homophobia. They're going to be kind of mean, right? Because they can't be who they want to be. I get that. I've not been able to be who I wanted to be for a while, and it made me a little reactive. So I get that energy. But for her, it's like, you've done me so dirty for so many years. You've broken my heart. I knew this was coming, and it's like I'm spitting on your grave. Like, that's what I'm seeing, is like spitting on your grave. It's like, you deserve this after everything you did to me. Like, that's the vibe. It's like, I knew this was coming. This was, of course, always going to happen. Like, what did you expect? Someone was going to talk eventually. And it's like she's glad, but at the same time, because I'm seeing, if you've ever watched Bruce Almighty, I'm seeing the scene where he looks in on Jennifer Aniston and she's like praying but crying. And she's like, help me, God, I love him, but I don't want to love him anymore. So it's, oh, that's a good example, Spirit. I'm seeing like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. And like, yeah, she seemed like a bitch, but listen, I'm not saying that any of that was okay. But when you're that aggressive towards a spouse, ex-spouse, whatever, regardless of how disgusting you are towards them, and I don't say that this is a good thing, but if you're that disgusting towards somebody, it's because you're not over the situation. Like, I'm over all of my exes. I don't really have anything bad to say about any of them. I wish them well, just don't come back. You know what I mean? Like, don't waste my time. I don't want to, I wish you the best all the way over there. But when you're not over something, then you're more angry, you're more reactive, you're still talking crap about them years later. And so I feel like Jada feels like she never got to defend why it is that she was acting the way that she was. So it's kind of given the vibe of like, even though this hurts, that this is coming back up, people are now seeing what it is that I went through. And again, I don't feel like she was innocent in it, but it's like, it's bringing up old pains to the surface. Like, I don't feel like she thought she was good enough. You know how when you don't feel like you're good enough, you're going to attract somebody else who doesn't feel like they're good enough. And so this was playing out in their relationship forever. Again, it's just like she was kind of the beard, but I think part of her did love Will. I think that died eventually, but it's just like, now the world gets to see what I've been through, my heartbreak. So I just don't buy that she's really riding for him. I think in the background, she's like, fucking finally. Now people can see what he's put me through. Now people can see why I was so aggressive, why I brought up the entanglement and destroyed him on TV, because you guys didn't see what was happening behind closed doors. And I'm being drawn to all of the swords and how that means communication. I think he was verbally abusive towards her, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes. Only no facts here. Because I just feel like, especially with the Ten of Swords, I'm feeling someone who's just like, you know what it's giving me? I'm being drawn to a couple that I once used to hang out with, that like, They were verbally abusive to each other, sometimes even physically abusive to each other, but they were both at fault because they were both damaged. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting. It's like we both came into this damaged people and we kind of just dumped our shit onto each other. So it's giving like Amber Heard after the dust has settled, like, oh yeah, now that I'm done fighting for myself, now all the pain that I've been ignoring, it's coming up for me. So I think now that Jada is separated from Will and she's watching things come out, it's kind of given like a ha-ha, like this is now people are going to get me. But at the same time, it's like, oh shit, the feelings that I never dealt with are now right in front of my face. That's the vibe, if that makes sense. Yeah, because I'm hearing the song She's Never Satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry. I mean, she's definitely happy that it came to light. I'm not going to lie. She is happy. She's like, the fans never freaking knew about this. You never were good to me. You never offered me the emotional validation and support that I needed because of your ego, because you had to be successful at all costs. And now this is coming out to the surface. The fans are finally going to know. And now, haha, I'm on my high horse. Like, that's the vibe of this. It's kind of actually petty as shit, but these are two emotionally stunted people, allegedly. And so this is not shocking behavior. But the fact that she's still, like, keeping his secret, I guess that's something. But I almost wonder if enough people are to speak out that she would just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna say that, yeah, this happened. But for right now, it almost feels like, you know how, like, I don't know how to explain this besides that couple I mentioned, but it's like when you've been angry about something for so long and you're like, I'm going to get my revenge and I'm going to go after you one day and I'm going to tell all your secrets, I'm going to destroy you, and you're like fueled by that anger, you're fueled by that rage. I'm just hearing like when the dust settles and it's like, now the truth has come to light, now everybody's going to know, but now that I have nothing to chase anymore, I don't have to hurt you anymore because now it's coming out. Now I have to deal with the emotions that I never dealt with when it was going down. So, like, for instance, him and Duane. That happens, allegedly. I pay him off. How dare you? You make us look so bad. Like, why can't you do this for our relationship? Yada, yada. And you're in this anger, right? And all this vengeful hate. But now, years later, it's coming out and it's like, oh shit, now I actually have to deal with my emotions because now there's nothing to fight for anymore. There's nothing to fight against anymore. There's no, I got this back pocket, punch for punch. It's just giving like Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, like, you hurt me, so I hurt you, so you hurt me, so I hurt you, so you hurt me, so I hurt you. And this was Jada's smoking gun. And now that the smoking gun's already out, now it's like, okay, now I have to deal with my feelings. I don't think Jada's the type that wants to deal with her feelings. It's like she internalizes everything, which isn't shocking with Virgo energy. It's like, I've been running on hatred towards you, and now that your biggest secret's out, haha, but also, oh shit, I gotta deal with my feelings, if that makes sense. Yeah, she's watching all this. It's like, I told you so. She was just so mean to him, though, so I'm having a hard time. This is a very toxic dynamic. Let me tell you, I don't feel like there was ever a point in this marriage where they were healthy. If they were, it was in the very, 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 very beginning, but it very quickly died because I just keep hearing beard. I'm a beard. I feel like I'm a beard. And I think she actually was a beard, allegedly, but it's more like just pent-up hatred towards him instead of just being like, okay, you'll never love me because you love a different sexuality, and that's okay. Maybe I need to decide if I still want to be a beard, you know what I mean? But it's like she's not doing any reflection. It's almost like, how do I create this into a new venture for me? Like, is she still doing that stupid show? What is it called? Fucking Red Table or something like that. I think that's what it's called. The show's so stupid. Allegedly. Well, it's my opinion. I'm allowed to have it. But it's like, now that it's out there, I almost wonder if she's like, when the dust settles, like, I can make another podcast about like what I've been through, like a book about like, yeah, he slept with everybody. Like, I feel like this woman is just bitter. It's giving Amber Heard energy. It's giving like, you don't love me the way that I want you to love me, and so I'm going to destroy you. That's literally the vibe. It's like, because you won't be what I want you to be, you won't fit into the mold that I need you to be, that I'm going to destroy you. Because I keep being drawn to this ex-friend that I used to have who was dating a guy that would cheat on her all the time. We all knew it. We all told her she deserved better. But all she would do is fight with him, call him nasty names, scream in his face, slap, punch, beat, like literal, like anything but actually walking away and being like, you know what, I deserve better, and so I'm going to walk away. Like that's kind of the vibe here. It's like, I want you at all costs. I don't really know why. I think there's love deep, deep down, but again, these are very damaged people, so it's hard to pick up on that. But it's like it's giving Johnny Depp and Amber Heard like hating each other at this point. Okay, here he is. I love how they just follow together, and it's just like, she's always reverse. It's like he's had to put on a brave face. I don't want to be outed. I'm berating you. You can't be who this is. You're making me look bad. They really care about their freaking looks. She's definitely happy to be removed from him, and she also feels like, you abused me. I don't know if that's physically. It feels more like emotionally. I don't think that he actually put hands on her. I just don't feel it. I could be wrong, but I don't feel like he's the type to harm someone physically anyway. I could be wrong. I could, but it's just giving me like, especially with the Dom sub energy, if anything, like I could see him like paying male escorts to like physically hurt him, allegedly. And I'm just being drawn to how like, look, Queen and King again, right next to each other, and then it's the breakup of marriage, and this is like, I'm abusing my power. So she feels like he didn't love her, respect her, but it's just given so much. Y'all, if you please learn anything from the readings, you can't force somebody to love you that doesn't want to love you. You can't force someone to be straight if they're gay. And at what point are you going to admit that you're at fault because you keep taking the bad behavior? And it's kind of hard for me to have empathy for her when she was just more interested in paying people off and trying to keep it looking like it was a well-oiled machine when it never was. If it was in the beginning, and it didn't last very long. So I'm having trouble empathizing with her because it's like, I don't know. It's just, for me personally, if I was dating someone and they were like, hey, I'm gay, I can't do this, I'd be like, oh my God, like, how do I support you? So I'm having a hard time feeling empathy towards her. Because even if someone cheated on me with even if someone cheated on me with a man, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say that I know what that's like, but I found out after the fact. But I would never hate them. I'd be like, please find what makes you happy. Like, that's not a me issue. I don't have the parts you're looking for. But she's just got so much anger towards him. It's like, I don't understand why she feels like he abused his power because you knew. You know what I mean? It's like being angry at somebody for cheating when they're like, hey, I'm going to cheat. You know that they're going to do that. So at what point are you going to take accountability and be like, this is not what I want, so I need to walk away because they're not going to change. So there's just, them separating is the best thing that ever happened. You know what I think the problem is I think that she still somehow loves him in some weird way. The hate completely outweighs the love, but there is still some love here. Kind of like one of those, like, I don't want anybody else to have you type of energies. That's the vibe from her. But she's also like, finally, like, people are finally going to hear my story. She did write a book, because I'm being drawn to the books here. Did the books ever hint at anything? Like, I know she probably mentioned like scandals and stuff, but I wonder if like, maybe she'll write a second book or something. I'm being drawn to the books here. Maybe there was Easter eggs in the book. I mean, who in their right mind would read that book if it's not for free? I'm sorry. But it's just like all the work that I put in, and then we end. But now's the right time because now everybody's going to find out what you did. Again, it's just this petty-ass energy. I don't like it. And it's like, haha, people are finding out, and it's not my fault, and you can't blame me. Because it's given the vibe, and I'm pretty sure I picked this up in the last reading, where it's like, I think she allegedly was like, I'm going to destroy you in public for everything you've done to me, but I won't out you. So that's what, because I said that, I believe I said that in my last reading, because I'm being drawn to like the entanglement and stuff. It's like, I'm going to embarrass you for all the pain you've caused me, but I won't tell that secret. but I feel like that was in the back pocket, like a just in case thing. So I don't buy that she's like, oh my God, I'm so shocked. I had no idea. No, she knew the whole freaking time. She knew the whole time. But she wanted him to herself. Yeah, it's like, don't put your dick in places it doesn't belong. I got to keep hiding this every time we start over. Every time I try to make things work. We got kids now. Grow up. It's just toxic ass energy. I don't like her energy at all. Yeah, controlling what happens in the media. Anything I can throw money at, I will. Yeah. For some reason, I just don't. This is why this is confusing. So if you guys have been following this and have more information, let me know. But it's just like she wanted to keep this last secret. So I don't, because I was wondering if like maybe she paid off that brother Bilal guy or whatever. But this feels more like I'm happy this came out because this was the one thing that I couldn't tell. The one reason why I was so angry. But again, you're the asshole because you knew he was gay, allegedly, and you just made him feel bad about it instead of being like, okay, I'm not what you need because I literally don't have the parts to be what you need. I don't know. There she is. I think right now she's kind of debating where to go from here because it's like, well, I could mention that I knew and I could make you look bad, but our family. I think she has this, like, which I kind of respect to a degree, although I think I said in the last reading, I saw them fighting in front of the kids. So I don't think she's the healthiest of moms, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes, only no facts here. But I definitely think she's more concerned about what this could do to the family, the kids. So it's like, I don't know how I'm going to play this out quite yet. I'm going to wait and see what happens because even though I have this hatred towards him, even though I'm vengeful towards him, he does not make me happy. He made me miserable, made my career look bad. I still have to worry about the kids. So I got to respect that. That's good. So I think she's in like a pause mode right now because it's like, I'm enjoying what's happening. You're being caught out. But, you know, it's like putting salt on a wound when there's kids involved. I think the kids are what's holding her back from being like, this is what I went through. You know what I mean? So I feel like she just feels that karma's playing itself out unless somehow she paid off somebody. But it doesn't really feel like that. It feels like there's a lot of people that Will treated like crap that are ready to tell their own story. I wonder if Jada kind of like set this into motion by walking away from him because I'm also being drawn to how it's like she's in reverse. She pulled her energy back from him. She's no longer a part of that relationship. So I wonder if these people were more like faithful to her in terms of like, I don't want to embarrass Jada, or I kept this promise for Jada, or I was paid off per Jada, and now it's like, well, they're not in a relationship, so I can tell my story. So I'm interested to see how this is going to go. Yeah, manipulation, disconnect. It was always a working relationship. We'd been broken. I feel like they were broken up for a while. Like I think I read something where she said they've been separated for like 7 years. Emotionally, at least longer, way longer, because this has been a working relationship for a long time, not a love-based one. I think she was just death gripping him because she didn't want anybody else to have him, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only. So to finish this up, I want to look at why this guy came out and told this story now, and just any additional information that we can find out, because Jada she's just a mess. Will Smith, poor guy, just it's so much internalized hatred. But again, he's not innocent because if someone's super toxic and they're dating someone and they're not walking away, I guarantee you they're toxic to their own extent too. Or at the very least, they just lack a lot of boundaries. But I feel like this was just a shitstorm. Like, if you're being really honest with the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, they were both kind of at fault. They were both toxic. Like, toxicity loves company. But let's look at why why can't you have a name I can pronounce? I looked on Google. I didn't really see much on that. Why is this man coming out now? It just feels like people were backing Jada for the longest, and now that they're separated, it's like, fuck it, now I'm going to tell my story, tell them what I know. It's kind of giving like, you know, Will was canceled for slapping Chris, and then, you know, Will gets canceled by his own wife, and now it's like, well, his thing is already crumbling, so I might as well. You know, that's kind of the vibe. So I'm going to call him BB because I'm getting annoyed of trying to say his name. Why did the assistant BB bring this up now, and what additional information? Because he was putting on... What I'm seeing is like he had to keep a secret for a while and he was tired of keeping the secret. It's like I'm turning a blind eye. This is 3 people here. And then this is literally Duane because he's a Leo. It's like, I see what you guys are doing. Like, I know what's happening and I'm turning a blind eye for now. Okay, so then why do you need to tell? Is it fucking Jada? He might have some sort of like either friendship to Jada or what's the word I'm looking for? Like I'm seeing like, what's that freaking movie with the vampires where people are like team wolf guy or team vampire guy? Like it's given like team Jada. So I feel like he was on Jada's side either back then or now. And it's like, I also wonder if Will threatened him so he wasn't allowed to tell his truth. And again, with the release of Heartbreak, this is giving me the vibe of like the breakup and how it wasn't successful anymore. And now Jada's standing in her truth. So now it's like, I don't have to keep my secret anymore. Like that's the vibe. Yeah, it's like if you're about to try to start over, like I'm gonna tell what I know because like you slapped Chris Rock, you got canceled by Jada. I feel like this guy was probably treated like crap by Will. Again, it's just giving like someone who's angry that lashes out at other people. I feel like Will has a tendency to just lash out at people because he's so angry about like who he is and who he wasn't allowed to be. And so like, and I also feel like Duane was probably pissed that he got caught too. So it was just like, because what I'm seeing is like, I'm catching you. I didn't even mean to catch you. And now I'm being threatened. And now you guys are being hostile towards me. And I'm just trying to keep the peace. And now that you're going down, it's like, screw it. Why don't I tell my story too? I get on this wave. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the vibe of this. It's like, you're trying to start over, but everybody's seeing you for who you really are. They're not naive. They don't think you're this perfect husband anymore. So fuck it. Like, I'll hit you while you're down because you treated me like crap. So I feel like Will got caught out, and then he was like, oh, hell no, and then probably threatened this guy, like, if you do this, I'll ruin your career. If you expose me, I'll ruin your career. It's kind of giving that type of vibe. Yeah, it's like, I will not let you release or reveal my relationships. I do not care. You are not going to do that. So I feel like Will, again, it feels like Will either threatened him or, you know, paid him off or something like that. But Will was just like, I think he was aggressive. I didn't watch that. I should have watched the podcast, I guess. But it's just given the vibe of like, I knew what was going on. He treated me like shit because I knew what was going on, because I knew about his relationship dynamics. And he didn't want this to come out. But now that he's going down, it's like, fuck it. Like, that's the vibe. It's like he was a dick to me. I tried to be nice. I tried to, you know, mind my own. But, you know, I'm looking for you. It's time to work. And here you are having sex on the couch. And now you're being rude to me because I'm trying to do my job. Like, that's kind of the vibe. Yeah, it's like I don't really have anything to be afraid of anymore. I don't have to worry about, like, my work or anything like that. Like, that part of my life is over. So why not tell my story? I definitely think he's worried about, oh yeah, because they mentioned a lawsuit. He's definitely worried about finances now. It's like, oh shit, like they're going to come after me. But there's something, I just keep being drawn to how Jada's not actually against this. So I wonder if like, yeah, because I'm hearing like PR and theatrics. So I wonder if they're actually going to, they might get like a payout or something like that, but it's because I keep hearing the song, the damage is done, we both paid the price. So it's like, even if he does get a lawsuit, like I can almost see him going on more podcasts, getting paid to talk more stuff. But like, they might, I mean, Will Smith would definitely be the one to fight this, but I don't feel like Jada cares. So I don't buy the lawsuit. I feel like it just, if it's gonna happen, it's not gonna be as deep. Like, I could almost see it being like a lawsuit. You have to pay a certain amount of money. And it's almost like, meh, it's worth it. I'll take the hit so I can tell my truth kind of vibe. You know what I mean? He's definitely concerned about the lawsuit, but again, it's like he knows that Jada was not okay with this, so it's like kind of concerned, kind of not, because I know behind the scenes Jada wanted this information out. So I feel like he kind of has like a, yeah, I'm hearing Hail Mary. I feel like he thinks that Jada might save him. Yeah, it's like you wanted this out in the public. Like you're not stuck anymore. You were stuck before. Now it's been brought to light. You walked away. So what's the problem? Like that's the vibe. All these people know about it. They've been wanting to say stuff about it. You've been disappointed about it. You could finally move on. So what's the problem? Like that's literally the vibe. You're not connected to this anymore. I think he's more like, why the hell is Jada defending him now? Yeah, it's like you could focus on yourself. People are going to find out that he was a manipulator. So I don't know that I buy that they're actually going to... Again, if the lawsuit does happen, it's going to either, like, be something he can afford. It's not going to be that expensive. It's not going to, like, in the long run, it's not going to hurt him. Because, again... Like, I can almost see Jada and Will, like, having a talk. And it's like, I'm trying to calm Will down. Like, dude, no one's going to believe it. You're fine. Like, just let it go. Like, trying to, like, do damage control almost. But it's because she supports this guy and she wanted it to come out. I don't think that it was necessarily her that told him to do it. I just keep seeing, like, so many, like, disgruntled employees is what I'm hearing. So there are people that are just like, I want to get in on this now that everybody is seeing Will Smith for who he really is. That's the vibe. I don't know that I buy that the lawsuit's going to happen. If it does, it's going to be payable. Like, it's going to be worth it. Yeah, relationship, unpleasant memories, you never put the work in. So I just don't buy that Jada would be willing to do the lawsuit. I think if anything, Will would be the pusher of this. And I feel like Jada might just be like, I don't know, like maybe we should let it go, or maybe you're being too hard on him, or blah, 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 or the damage is already done. Maybe we should focus our money on something else. It's almost like, yeah, I've said enough. Yeah, everything's already come out. So we can sue him all you want, but the bad internet's already out there. Your biggest fear already happened. This is a shit show. I definitely do believe that this was a kind of like, yeah, because I'm seeing like the Italian like F you where they put their hand on the chin. For an Italian, I just realized you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just sitting here flicking my chin like, you guys get it? No. I feel like in the past, Will kind of just gave off this like I'm holier than thou energy, and he was petty and he started a lot of conflicts. And so now it's like, I have my opportunity to tell my truth and what I witnessed. And you hurt me, so I'm going to hurt you. This is just a lot of hurt people hurting people. That's the vibe. Yeah, it's like I wanted to follow this at all costs. Make sure that I was the good guy. I was there defending the relationship because that's what y'all wanted, but now it's over, and so I don't have to put my energy into that, and so I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm hearing like the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So yeah, work was not a good environment. I'm being like, he's side-eyeing. It's like the past is the past about work and the projects we were starting. I just feel like Will was a dick to him. So it's just, yeah, oh my God, look. King of Swords in reverse. I feel like he was paid off at one point or offered to be paid off. And it's like, I don't have to be a part of that anymore. Everything's already over. They're already separated. So now's my opportunity. Yeah. Backstab, betrayed. There was never any justice. This is feeling like NDAs. I feel like they've already paid him off. And now it's like, fuck it. I don't care. Like the truth, because I'm hearing like the truth shall set you free. Yeah, and then the moon's reversed. Your bullshit's not going to keep coming. This is giving, like, Ace of Cups in reverse is kind of giving me, like, emotional manipulation, and that's being exposed. And because your family's falling apart, might as well just jump in and tell what I already know. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it at that because this whole thing was freaking messy, and I am interested to see how this goes down because it feels like there are multiple people because I'm seeing like hashtag me too, and I don't mean it like that, but it's just giving me the vibe of like, yeah, if we go down, then we go down together. It's giving me the vibe of like now that people are talking, other people are going to talk in. Yeah, because I'm hearing the song, people are talking about people. I hear them whisper, you won't believe it. So, yeah, now I'm being drawn to my lapis crystals. I feel like more people are going to come out. I don't know when exactly, but it feels like this is starting like I'm seeing like a snowball. Like you start a little snowball and then you roll it down the hill and then it gets bigger over time. So it feels like there's multiple people that want to speak out as to Will's character, what he did behind the scenes. So we might hear more people going like, yeah, I knew that. We all knew that. Everybody in the industry knew that. So this feels like the beginning of the end for Will, at least in terms of his secret. But I really just hope that he turns this into something like, okay, yes, I'm gay. And I'm not afraid to admit it anymore because we would support him. But instead, it just feels like a dumpster fire that's going to continue getting ugly. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like. It really does support my channel, and I appreciate y'all so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate you guys, especially with Thanksgiving coming. I want you guys to know how unbelievably grateful I am to have you guys here and to have you a part of my life. I'm just so grateful. But as always, if you enjoyed these, please like these videos. Leave down in the comments below what you'd like to see in future videos, or if you can piece together anything that I may not know. Subscribe if you enjoy, hit the notification bell, share this with your friends, because I literally said a month ago that this was his dirty secret and now it's coming out. So I don't know, but it feels like he's going to get outed a little bit more. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Links are all down below. If you'd like to book a personal reading, link us down below. Y'all, I can't talk. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Love you, besties. Have a wonderful day. So glad to have you here, and have a wonderful holiday. By holiday, I mean holiday weekend. You know what I mean. Just have a wonderful holiday season, and I hope to see you in my next video. Love you, besties. Stay safe. Bye.
The Comic, the